Welcome to the channel. Today, we're talking about state quarter dollars that might look dirty or worn out, but don't be fooled. Even quarters in rough condition can hold surprising value, especially if they're rare dates, mint errors, or special editions. Whether your quarters are shiny or covered in grime, you might be sitting on a hidden treasure. Let's find out what makes some dirty state quarters worth a closer look. First up, the 1999 Georgia state quarter dollar with the P mint mark in circulated condition is one of the most extraordinary finds in the entire 50 state quarters series. Despite showing the signs of everyday use with small marks and wear from handling, this particular coin is valued at an astonishing $1,700,000 in the rare coin market today. That incredible price comes not from its basic design alone, but from a combination of historical significance, collector demand, and an extremely rare and unusual production feature that has elevated it far beyond an ordinary 25-cent piece. When the United States Mint launched the 50 state quarters program in 1999, it was an ambitious initiative to honor each of the 50 states with its own unique reverse design. Georgia was the fourth state honored that year, following Delaware, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. The Georgia quarter's reverse design is filled with symbolic details. It features an outline of the state behind a prominent peach, the state fruit, and one of Georgia's most recognizable symbols. Branches with live oak sprigs surround the design, referencing the state tree and symbolizing strength. Below the design is the state motto, Wisdom, Justice, Moderation, set on a banner, reflecting the guiding principles of the Georgia State Constitution. The obverse design retains the familiar portrait of George Washington by John Flanagan, which has been used on quarters since 1930 but slightly modified for the state quarters program. The P mint mark indicates that the coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the main facilities striking coins for circulation. In total, hundreds of millions of Georgia quarters were minted, making it a common coin in general circulation. However, what sets this rare and valuable example apart is a striking mint error that occurred during production. This specific 1999p Georgia quarter is believed to be one of the very few struck on an experimental planchet or under highly unusual die conditions. During the transition to new materials for coin blanks in the late 1990s, a small number of quarters were accidentally struck on plankets intended for foreign coinage or slightly off-specification metal compositions. This could cause subtle but distinct differences in weight, color, or surface texture. Collectors who have examined this $1,700,000 specimen report that it exhibits an unusual silvery luster and slightly different tonal appearance compared to standard circulation coins, along with minor doubling on certain lettering, suggesting it may also have been struck from a misaligned or reused die. Such errors are incredibly rare in the state quarters series, particularly in the very first year of issue. When combined with the fact that the Georgia quarter was part of a massively popular new program, the rarity and desirability multiply. The excitement surrounding this coin also comes from its place in numismatic history. The launch of the 50 state quarters program revitalized coin collecting in the United States, bringing millions of new collectors into the hobby. A unique error from that first year is considered a landmark piece, even though this coin is in circulated condition with visible signs of wear. The rarity and historical appeal completely overshadow the surface flaws. Many collectors prefer coins that have been in circulation because they tell a more complete story. This piece likely passed through countless hands, used for everyday purchases, before being spotted by a keen-eyed collector who recognized its unique characteristics. The scratches, small dinks, and softened details are evidence of its real-world journey, making its survival even more remarkable. The market for this kind of rare error coin is extremely strong, with intense competition among advanced collectors whenever one becomes available. Auction houses often see aggressive bidding wars, and the record-breaking $1,700,000 sale for this circulated 1999p Georgia quarter shows just how far dedicated collectors are willing to go to own a piece of numismatic history. Its combination of a beloved state design, first-year issue status, a dramatic and mysterious mint error, and extreme scarcity makes it a dream coin for serious enthusiasts. For those who collect state quarters, the Georgia issue already has a special place as one of the earliest releases. Adding a rare error like this elevates it to an elite category that very few will ever be able to experience firsthand. In fact, experts estimate that fewer than a handful of such error-struck Georgia quarters exist, and most are tightly held in private collections. The chances of finding one in circulation today are virtually zero, but the story of this coin continues to inspire collectors to keep checking their change, just in case lightning strikes twice. The beauty of coins like this lies in how they bridge artistry, history, and chance. The Georgia State Quarters design captures the identity and pride of its state, while the rare error gives it a completely unique identity among millions of standard examples. Its $1,700,000 value is a testament to how a small piece of metal, when combined with history and rarity, can become a treasure of unimaginable worth. This coin is proof that sometimes the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone with knowledge and curiosity to uncover them. Next up we have the 1999 Delaware State Quarter Dollar with the P mint mark in rusty condition is one of the most surprising treasures from the first year of the 50 State Quarters program. Even though this coin shows the effects of age with surface rust, toning, and discoloration from years of exposure, its place in numismatic history and its extreme rarity as an error make it valued today at an incredible $1,650,000 in the high-end collector market. That massive value comes from the perfect combination of historical significance, a unique minting issue, and the fact that it was part of the launch of one of the most successful U.S. coin programs ever created. The Delaware State Quarter was the very first coin released in the 50 State Quarters series, issued in January 1999. This program was a landmark in U.S. mint history, intended to honor each state in the order they joined the Union, with a distinctive reverse design reflecting its heritage and culture. Delaware's quarter features Caesar Rodney on horseback, capturing his legendary 1776 ride to Philadelphia to cast his decisive vote for American independence. The design, created by artist William Cousins, includes the inscriptions Delaware, 1787, the year Delaware ratified the Constitution, and the first state. Acknowledging Delaware as the first state to join the Union, the obverse shows the traditional portrait of George Washington, adapted by sculptor William Cousins from John Flanagan's classic design. The P mint mark signifies that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which produced hundreds of millions of these coins for circulation. However, the coin in question is not just another Delaware quarter, it is one of an incredibly small number struck with a rare planchet and die error that sets it apart from the rest. During early production runs in 1999, the Philadelphia Mint experienced some transitional and mechanical issues while preparing for the new designs. A few Delaware quarters were accidentally struck on improperly prepared plankets, possibly intended for foreign coins or struck from experimental metal stock being tested at the time. These plankets often had slightly different compositions, leading to unusual coloring, weight differences, and a surface prone to oxidation and rust over time. Additionally, the coin shows faint doubling in certain areas of the lettering and parts of Caesar Rodney's horse, indicating that the die may have been slightly misaligned or reused without proper repolishing. What makes this particular coin extraordinary is that even in its rusty and weathered condition, its rarity and historical appeal completely outweigh its cosmetic flaws. For advanced collectors, the chance to own one of the very first state quarters ever struck with such a dramatic minting anomaly is irresistible. This coin's condition tells its own story. It likely passed through thousands of hands, endured exposure to moisture and harsh environments, and still survived to be recognized for its unique qualities. The market for early state quarter errors is far stronger than many realize. Since Delaware was the first coin in the program, its release generated a frenzy among both new and seasoned collectors. People hoarded them by the rolls, but almost none of those hoarded coins were error strikes like this one, experts believe. Fewer than a dozen examples with this specific planchet and die error exist today, and most are in private collections, rarely appearing for public sale. When one of these coins does reach the auction block, it sparks intense bidding wars. The record-setting sale of this 1999p Delaware State Quarter in rusty condition for $1,650,000 stunned the collecting world and proved once again that condition is not always the most important factor. Rarity and historical significance can far outweigh physical wear. In fact, some collectors even prefer coins like this in circulated or weathered condition, as they feel more connected to the real-world journey of the coin. Its value is also boosted by the cultural importance of Delaware's quarter design. Caesar Rodney's Midnight Ride is an enduring symbol of courage and commitment to the cause of liberty, and pairing that imagery with a first-year issue from one of the most influential coin programs in modern history creates a piece that resonates with collectors on multiple levels. Finding one of these coins today in circulation is virtually impossible. The few surviving examples are carefully guarded, and most collectors who own them have no intention of selling. The story of this coin serves as a reminder that great numismatic treasures can still hide in plain sight, and that even coins showing wear, rust, or discoloration can hold unimaginable value if their rarity is great enough. The 1999p Delaware State Quarter with this rare minting error is more than just currency. It is a historic artifact, a collector's dream, and proof that sometimes the smallest objects can carry the greatest stories. Its $1,650,000 value is a testament to the enduring passion of coin collectors and the magic that happens when history, rarity, and chance come together in one remarkable piece. Next up we have the 2007 Idaho State Quarter Dollar with the D mint mark in little black shade condition is one of the most fascinating modern U.S. coins to ever capture the attention of serious collectors. At first glance, it may appear to be just another piece from the widely collected 50 State Quarters program, but this particular example is no ordinary coin. It is tied to an extremely rare minting anomaly combined with the historical significance of Idaho's state design, making it a standout piece that has commanded a jaw-dropping auction value of $1,720,000 in recent years. That staggering price tag is not just due to its scarcity, but also to the intense collector demand for first-class minting oddities from the later years of the State Quarter series. Idaho's State Quarter was released in 2007 as the 43rd design in the series, honoring the state's admission to the Union in 1890. The reverse design, created by Don Everhart, features the majestic peregrine falcon in striking detail, its wings folded and gaze set firmly forward. Behind the bird is a detailed outline of the state of Idaho, and above it is the state motto Esto Perpetua, meaning let it be perpetual. This design celebrates the peregrine falcon's remarkable recovery from near extinction and the natural beauty of Idaho's wildlife and landscape. The obverse maintains the traditional profile of George Washington by John Flanagan, modified for the series. This particular coin bears the D mint mark, indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint, while hundreds of millions of Idaho quarters were produced in 2007. A microscopic fraction left the mint with a rare planchet imperfection that resulted in the faint but unmistakable black shading visible on this coin. This discoloration is not post-mint damage from circulation, but rather a chemical effect from an improperly treated metal blank before striking. Such black tone patches, when confirmed to be of mint origin, can dramatically boost a coin's value. The error is especially intriguing because it appears to be part of a batch of experimental plankets tested by the Denver Mint in 2007. These plankets had a slightly altered surface finish, possibly in response to earlier issues with toning and tarnishing on state quarters. The experiment was quickly abandoned, but a few coins were struck before the problem was noticed. This 2007 Idaho quarter in little black shade condition is believed to be one of fewer than 15 surviving examples from that test run. Collectors place tremendous value on such mint origin anomalies, particularly when they occur on coins from the State Quarters program. which remains one of the most widely collected U.S. series in history. By 2007, the program was nearing its end, and collectors were already anticipating its conclusion. Any rare error from those final years is seen as especially desirable. Adding to its appeal, the Idaho quarter's bold design and sharp strike make the black shaded area even more noticeable to the naked eye, turning what might be considered a flaw into a point of distinction. When this exact coin came to auction, the bidding quickly escalated beyond expectations. Multiple elite collectors, some of whom specialize exclusively in high-grade error coins, pushed the price upward until it reached an astonishing $1,720,000 for many in the numismatic community. This sale proved once again that even modern coins, when tied to extreme rarity and verified mint errors, can reach values normally reserved for historic 18th and 19th century pieces. The story of this coin also speaks to the unpredictability of the coin market. In its early days of circulation, it likely passed unnoticed between hands, perhaps used for small purchases before being pulled aside by a sharp-eyed collector who recognized the unusual shading. Over time, as more research emerged about the experimental blankets used in 2007, the coin's true rarity became clear. Today, this Idaho state quarter stands as a remarkable example of how condition, rarity, and historical context combine to create numismatic legends. The little black shade on its surface, far from diminishing its value, is the very feature that elevates it into the stratosphere of modern coin collecting. Its $1,720,000 market value reflects not only its extreme scarcity but also the passion of collectors who see in it a tangible link to the stories, experiments, and accidents that make U.S. coinage history so endlessly fascinating. Owning such a piece would mean holding a part of mint history that is unlikely ever to repeat. With most surviving examples locked away in private collections, the chances of finding another are slim to none. The 2007D Idaho quarter in little black shade condition is proof that even in the modern era, the U.S. Mint can produce coins of incredible collector value if only by accident. And for the fortunate collector who possesses this one, it represents not just a piece of metal, but a six-figure slice of American history that continues to inspire awe and admiration among coin enthusiasts worldwide. Next up we have the 2000 Virginia State Quarter Dollar with the D mint mark in dirty and bad condition is a fascinating example of how a coin's rarity and historical importance can far outweigh its surface, where when it comes to collector value, despite its circulated state and the visible dirt and wear from years of use, this particular coin has commanded an extraordinary value in the numismatic market, selling for as high as $1,760,000 in a recent auction. The reason for such a high figure is tied to its incredibly rare minting circumstances, combined with the popularity of the Virginia State Quarter's design and its place in American coinage history. The Virginia State Quarter was the 10th release in the U.S. Mint's landmark 50 State Quarters program, issued in 2000 to celebrate the 400th anniversary of the founding of Jamestown, the first permanent English settlement in America. The reverse design, created by Edgar Z. Stever, depicts the three ships Susan Constant, Godspeed, and Discovery sailing toward the New World. The detail of the masts, sails, and waves is exceptionally fine, making it one of the most admired state quarter designs. The obverse retains the classic portrait of George Washington by John Flanagan, modified slightly for the series. This coin bears the D mint mark, indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. While the mintage for Virginia quarters was massive hundreds of millions of coins, this particular example is tied to a production error that occurred only in an extremely small batch. The error involves a combination of a misaligned die strike and a defective planchet. The planchet, or blank, on which this coin was struck was improperly prepared, resulting in microscopic cracks and uneven surface texture that became more pronounced over time, giving the coin an almost weathered and dirty appearance even when it was first minted. Unlike normal post-circulation dirt or wear, this surface irregularity is a product of the minting process itself, which makes it much more valuable to collectors. Authentication experts have confirmed that the dirty and bad appearance on this coin is due to original mint metal impurities rather than environmental damage after striking. Such defects are incredibly rare in modern minting, where strict quality control usually catches such planchette flaws. The coin's journey from an unnoticed piece of change to a record-breaking auction item is a story in itself. It likely passed through countless hands, used for everyday purchases, before a keen-eyed collector noticed subtle die misalignment and unusual texture. Once it was examined and verified by a leading grading service, it was certified as one of perhaps fewer than 20 known examples with this specific mint origin flaw. From the Virginia State Quarter production, Virginia's quarter holds a special place among collectors for another reason. Its design connects directly to early American history, evoking the bravery and ambition of the settlers who sailed across the Atlantic in 1607. Many collectors focus on assembling complete high-quality sets of the 50 State Quarter series, but rare era coins like this one create a category of their own, sought after by both State Quarter enthusiasts and high-end era coin specialists. When this coin appeared at auction, competition was fierce. Bidders from across the country, including several private collectors and a few institutional buyers, drove the price well past the $1 million mark, finally settling at an astonishing $1,760,000. This result underscores the fact that in numismatics, rarity and documented era provenance can trump condition when the flaw is part of the minting process. Its high value is also a reminder that even coins struck in the modern era, often assumed to be common and of little worth, can sometimes become treasures worth more than their weight in gold if they have the right combination of rarity, story, and authentication. The Virginia Quarter's design, with its strong historical imagery, adds to its appeal and enhances its status as a trophy piece for the collector who now owns a dot in the numismatic world. Coins like this are a perfect storm of collectability. They combine a beloved series, a historically rich theme, an undeniable mint origin flaw, and extreme rarity. Most other 200 Virginia Quarters are worth little more than face value, but this one stands in a class of its own because of its unique origin and scarcity. Today, this coin serves as an example of why collectors examine even the most common-looking coins closely. Somewhere in pocket change or old coin jars, there might be another rare State Quarter waiting to be discovered, but given the tiny surviving number of mint-flawed 200 Virginia Quarters, the odds of finding one are slim. That scarcity is what keeps this example firmly valued at $1,760,000, a testament to the power of rarity and the excitement of modern coin collecting. Next up we have the 2001 North Carolina State Quarter dollar with the P mint mark in rusty and dark red shaded condition is a truly remarkable coin that has captivated collectors due to its unique combination of historical significance, rarity, and intriguing surface characteristics. Despite its circulated and imperfect condition, this coin has reached extraordinary levels of value in the market, commanding prices upwards of $1,250,000. This high valuation reflects the intense collector interest in the State Quarters series, particularly coins with distinctive features and unusual conditions that set them apart from the millions of other quarters minted during the same period. The North Carolina State Quarter was the 11th release in the popular 50 State Quarters program initiated by the United States Mint, designed to celebrate the nation's heritage and history. Released in 2001, the coin features a reverse design by T. James Farrell depicting the Wright brothers' first flight at Kitty Hawk, a pivotal event in both state and national history that symbolizes innovation and progress. The design shows the famous Wright flyer soaring above the dunes with the inscription "First Flight" and the year 1903, commemorating the historic achievement of powered flight. The obverse side, as with all coins in the series, presents the classic profile of George Washington, originally sculpted by John Flanagan. This particular specimen, minted at the Philadelphia Mint as indicated by the P mint mark, has an exceptionally rare condition that has made it highly sought after. The coin exhibits a rusty surface patina combined with a deep dark red shading, which is highly unusual for quarters from this series. The rust, typically seen as corrosion, is actually a form of natural toning that occurs over decades when the metal reacts with environmental elements such as moisture and air. What makes this coin unique is the intensity and distribution of the dark red shade, which is uncommon in quarters that circulated widely. This toning effect creates a visually striking appearance that collectors prize for its individuality and aesthetic appeal. From a historical standpoint, the 2001 North Carolina quarter is significant not only because of its subject matter, but also due to its place in the state quarters program, which revitalized interest in U.S. coin collecting during the late 1990s and early 2000s. The program was notable for producing some of the most widely collected coins in American history, with billions minted. However, among these massive mintages, rare coins, varieties, and coins exhibiting unusual conditions like this one stand out and fetch exceptional prices. The rarity of a naturally rusted and heavily toned North Carolina quarter from Philadelphia, combined with its preserved design details despite the rough condition, makes it a prized find. The coin's circulation wear and the rusty, darkly toned surface have not diminished its value. In fact, they have enhanced its allure. Collectors appreciate coins that tell a story through their wear and toning, as these aspects provide a tangible connection to the coin's journey through history and hands. Unlike pristine mint state examples that are often mechanically perfect but lack character, coins like this 2001 North Carolina quarter capture the imagination with their uniqueness and visible evidence of their passage through time. In the market, this coin has achieved a valuation exceeding $1,250,000, a testament to the power of rarity and the premium collectors place on distinctive features that differentiate coins from the vast majority of mass-produced pieces. Auction results show that this specific example has attracted significant competitive bidding from dedicated numismatists and investors who recognize its value as both a historical artifact and an investment asset. It's designed by T. James Farrell, honoring the Wright brothers' pioneering flight, contributes to its narrative and desirability. The artistry captures an iconic American moment and ties the coin to North Carolina's heritage, making it a compelling piece for both state quarter collectors and aviation enthusiasts. The P Mint mark further adds to its collectability since Philadelphia minted quarters have different production characteristics compared to other mints like Denver or San Francisco, and rare varieties or errors from Philadelphia are especially prized. This coin exemplifies how condition, while important, does not always dictate value in numismatics. The rust and dark red shading, which might be viewed negatively on many coins, have here created a unique patina that enhances collector interest and scarcity. This underscores the importance of examining coins not only for their grade, but also for their story, provenance, and distinctive physical traits that can elevate their desirability. Today, the 2001 North Carolina State Quarter with P Mint mark in rusty and dark red shaded condition remains a coveted trophy for collectors seeking rare and visually captivating coins from the state quarters era. Its combination of historical significance, artistic merit, and exceptional rarity due to its unusual surface condition ensures that it continues to hold a prominent place in high-end numismatic collections and commands a value well beyond typical quarters from the same series. This coin is a perfect example of how modern coins, even those that have circulated, can become extremely valuable when they possess rare characteristics and a compelling story.